Good morning everyone. So I'm doing like a good morning makeup tutorial. So this is what I wake up to kinda partially. I do have some concealer around my eyes. Yeah, it's morning. I'm definitely tired, but I'll wash my face and then I'll put on sunscreen because even though I work in front of a bunch of lights and like electronics and stuff, it's always best to like just have a high SPF on so that way it's not causing any pre-aging wrinkles, if that makes sense. I don't know, wear your sunscreen. I just know it's good for your skin to have some kind of UV blocker. And then I usually go in with a mineral oil, just like cheap mineral oil or like the Blossom brand for when I just go out. But I'll be using this because I'm just working from home. So I have, it's called Blossom Moisturizing Lip Gloss in Cotton Candy. It doesn't smell like cotton candy. It smells like fruit of some sort. But yeah, I'll just put like a little bit on there. Oh, 1 second here, I gotta go get my breakfast quick. So I got my toast with seedless blackberry jam. I know, it looks burnt, but it's not. It's cinnamon raisin gluten-free bread, so like the cinnamon is obviously gonna make it a little darker. Also, I may have like, I like a little crispier toast, so don't at me, I like crispy toast because then I can like dip it in soup and stuff, but I don't really have soup in the morning sometimes. So the next thing I'll do once I have everything like set in, I will actually kind of get rid of some of the concealer that's like in my eyebrows by going in and finding this little brush. Okay, so I'll take this little spoolie and I'll just kind of like rub a little bit so you don't see any of like the leftover concealer on the brows. There we go. And there's nothing on this, by the way. There's nothing on there at all whatsoever, but eventually I would love to get my eyebrows filled in. Like, yes, I have eyebrows, but it'd be nice to just have them tattooed so I don't have to do it anymore. Yeah, this is basically it. I just kind of fill in whatever needs to be filled in. There we go. So that's one brow, and then I'll do the other. I find it easier to rest my palm on my cheek, so it's easier to like find the arch, and then just do like little wispies up in the front. I try not to like go straight back, but sometimes the 2000s be calling. Okay, so now that I have that done, I'm gonna go in and do like all the lighter parts first, and then go in with darker colors. I'm feeling more on the purple side, even though it's like kind of fall going on winter, so like brown tones, red tones, and like neutral warm colors are more of in the season, but I'm feeling a little springish, so I'm gonna try and incorporate some spring into this fall look. But makeup, you can do whatever the fuck you want. It's not like you have to be condoned to rules and stuff. So I'm just going to have fun, play with this. Boom, got my eyebrow stuff done. Maybe a little bit up in here too, because we do like a lighter highlight kind of area. And I know it's gonna look funky at first, like why are you putting white underneath the eyebrow arch? Like that's kind of a 2000s thing. Look, 2000s have been great, okay? Except maybe 2021 can go somewhere else. Then the next two, I kind of use the blush palette from Colourpop and this Colourpop single in Young Love. I kind of wish they had like a bigger disc for this because I go through this like crazy. Used it a lot for my clown makeup, that's why there's like different colors in here. But I like this as like a base foundation. Technically, I could just go in with like my white foundation, which is the LA Girl Pro Coverage. I use this for my clown makeup, and it was a lot of fun using it, and I think I might use it for more stuff like that in the future. Or like more, what's the word? Like special effects kind of stuff, because I love working with special effects. I know how to heat up latex and how to use it for like bruises and cuts and like trypophobia kind of things, or trichophobia. It's like the one with the little holes in it, whatever that is. But I like messing with special effects makeup, and I kind of wish I had like the gear to do this before. Like, yes, I had a camera back then, but I feel like I wasn't confident in that gear. To put it quite frank, like, I feel like I work better knowing that I have the right gear, which is a terrible mindset because you can honestly do anything with the cheapest gear. Like, I didn't start wow. I didn't start YouTube videos with this camera. I started with a Nikon Coolpix. Yeah, the small, like, little digital cameras, that's what I had. And then after that, I went with Canon, and I had a Canon for a couple of years, and then I was like, it's just not me. I hated it. I despised that camera so much. It gave me so many problems. I had so many issues with like audio, so many issues with the lenses itself. And then when I went over to Sony, I was like, all right, Sony's my jam, like my bread and butter. And that's how I kind of got more into concert photography, because I felt a little more confident in what I was doing. Yes, I still shot shows with a Canon, which was a fucking nightmare. And I highly do not recommend it. But oh yeah, now we're going into, this is an old palette. I should probably throw it out because it's been a while. But it's the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I wish they just had the pink and purple sold separate. I'm sure they do, but I just haven't looked hard enough. So I'm going in with like their dark purple, which is called Not My Journey. Okay, that's kind of ironic. I'm going with the Not My Journey purple, and that one has more bluish undertones, I feel. There's still like some pink undertones, slightly, but I feel like it has mostly a cool base. Maybe that's just me. But also I did put a cooler base, no, I did put a warmer base underneath. It was a Therapy Sesh, which is this lighter purple, and that's why it looks a little more magenta. But I do like having a nice equal blue and pink undertone. Those of you that don't understand color, it's okay. I've been there too. But a lot of eyeshadow has two different sides. Well, three technically. Three is neutral. The one on, well, just hopefully there's a diagram up here, but basically you have a cool blue and you have a warm blue, and then in the middle is just blue. So how do you decipher what's like warmer tone and what's cooler tone? Well, a warmer tone is always going to have a slight warm look to it. So like red, orange, yellow, like Roy G. Biv, think that your basic colors: red, orange, yellow. Your cooler tones are going to have green, blue, purple. So how do you know what's cooler tone and what's warmer tone? Well, one's going to look a little warmer. It's going to be like lighter. Cooler tone is going to be a little bit darker. So if you notice something that is like a little dark, it might be cooler tone. But that's a whole nother color theory video that I should probably save for some other time, because you can have different shades of black and brown, which can be also warm or cooler tones. Like, for example, my skin tone is not just pale white. There is olive skin tones underneath, and it might be hard to kind of pick on camera, but the only reason I know that is because when I look at my veins, everyone has different colored, like darker veins or like warmer tone veins. And so when I look at my veins, it's kind of hard to see like on camera, but the best I could describe it is that the cooler tones always look like more bluish, more grayish kind of tones. And then warmer is gonna have like a slightly more pinkier kind of look to it. Then again, blood in your body looks a lot different compared to when it oxidizes. So science, pretty cool. But yeah, if I got that correct, please let me know in the comments. If I did not, let me hear yours. Let me see what you want to say. But basically, color is fucking beautiful. You can do a lot of dope ass shit with it. Okay, so I think I got most of this all taken care of. It does look kind of like all over the place right now, but trust me, trust the process. Okay, since my eyes are green, I'm gonna put a little pink in the corners because that's going to make my eyes kind of pop. There we go. See, they look like they're protruding out of my head. Hopefully not, but we're going to go in and add a little bit of yellow to contrast that purple, because yellow and purple are opposite on the color wheel. I'm talking about color theory as we do this, I guess that works. So I'm gonna go in with this Colourpop, like yellowish kind of tone. And that one is called The One. So I'm going to put that in the middle, because I don't want it to be like pure white. I think white is just going to make it look a little odd. Don't want my eyes to like clash out that big, but we're gonna try and go for like a sunset kind of look. And then I'm gonna go in with white in the corners of my eye, so that way that can get all blended. Alright, that's pretty close. That's pretty good. We're gonna like feather this out a little bit as well. And then this over there. Okay, cool. I'll be back 1 second. Next, I'm going to be going in with my black eyeliner by NYX, and it's just EIL01. I like this kind. It works. It makes everything like stand out. So I'm also going to like coat my eyelashes in it, because it just gets rid of all that eyeshadow that was just spread everywhere. So we'll just kind of go on top, bounce it out, and then I go from like the part of where my eye is right here, where my eye socket is. Not all the way to my eye drop, but like the edge of my eye pupil. I know. I'll go to like the edge of the iris and then go all the way out. So I'll start right here. So you can see like where my eye, the white part is, and then the color. And then I'm just going to go straight out. Now that is done, I'm gonna also do a little bit of eyelashes here. I just kind of had like leftover, what is it, Maneater by Tarte, and then just go in, get this all taken care of. Now some of you are probably wondering like, why the fuck didn't you just do that in the first place? I'm like, well, because I like the eyeliner, it makes it stay. Not saying that this doesn't. This creates volume, but I don't want to get any mascara on my eyeball or like on my eyelid, so it's a little harder to cover basically if you get mascara and accidentally like jab your eyelid. So I'm a little more careful once I do that. Then we're gonna put on some of these wispy eyelashes. I just got like a pack off of Amazon. They're the Yadik, whatever this is. I had to cover the label in the front because I don't know if that has like other manufacturing stuff, address or whatever, but these have been working pretty good. I did have a pair that was like something similar. They're kind of like anime eyelashes where they are like a little heavier in certain peaks. I do have to go in and then like color them because glitter does get everywhere on this and it makes it like kind of ashy. So trying to figure out how to get glitter to stay without it being so messy on eyelashes, because I feel like I go through them a lot faster if I use a lot of glitter. So trying to avoid glitter. See, I already fucked up. Whoops. So I'm gonna quickly drag that down so I don't like get it everywhere else, because eyelash glue kind of is shitty like that. And then I'm going to wipe it again. Probably go back with the eyeshadow. I'm going to use eyeliner anyways to cover up my mistakes, so I'm going to use a little bit of yellow again. It's okay if we go over the eyeliner spot. We improvise, we don't start over. And then warm some air on that and push it down. Try to go with the corners first, otherwise it's going to flare up. Puts it on. There we go. And then just before it dries, I kind of flick them up a little bit so I don't have to use my eyelash curler. And then I take the eyeliner again and just clean up all this. And then kind of go on top to get rid of all that great stuff. Basically whatever marks that the eyelash powder drips down to, or like the glitter, it just like cultivates an eyelash for some reason. I think it might be the glue that's actually kind of attracting it, but I don't know. I basically just do my best with what I got and just try to go from there. Sounds like a lot with other things. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with my foundation with Este Lauder. I'm trying to find a different type of foundation because everybody's skin is different with different foundations. I've been through a lot with like Kat Von D stuff, and then I went through a phase of what's her name? I can't think of her name. Rihanna's line? I don't know. But basically, I just find a lot of the stuff is really oily or it doesn't cover a lot, but this one tends to cover up quite a bit if I needed it. Sometimes I'll like add sunscreen again with my foundation and then just kind of like mix it together to create a sheer looking foundation, but this seems to work pretty good on my skin. Preferred like summer and spring is the best for this. Fall and winter I do have to use like a heavier sunscreen to kind of get it to blend where I want it to go and not crack over time or throughout the day. So I'll do like a little bit at a time for coverage with like the brush and then just kind of smear it out everywhere. So I'll try to use like upward strokes as well. Try not to go downward because you're just going to create more wrinkly stuff that way. I don't know, I'm not really worried about wrinkles because like aging is a privilege, but I don't know, just have fun and just enjoy what you got right now. So most people think like, oh my god, wrinkles. I'm like, cool, alright. We'll see what happens in like 10-20 years. But I don't know, just enjoy life. Don't take it too seriously because we tend to take things too seriously sometimes. I know I do, at least. At least I freak the fuck out sometimes. Sometimes my brain overthinks and then my friends will be like, yo, like you're overthinking again. I'm like, thank you for checking in. They're like, you know, what you worried about didn't even happen. I'm like, thanks. Thanks for invalidating my fears. No, I'm kidding. No, it's fine. To be fair, I only have like 2 close friends, and then after that, it's just like everyone's work homies, so me. Trying to expand my circle a little bit and like get out there more, which is why I'm probably going to be traveling a little bit more next year. What do we go on to next? Lips? No. There we go. I need to fix the eyebrow because the concealer is just like, wah. I'm like, okay. Okay. There. We fixed it. I wonder how that's gonna go when I tattoo my brows. Will I have to like smear the makeup off then? Like take a Q-tip or something? I don't know. If you have your eyebrows done, please let me know so I know what to prepare for. Also, this part is gonna probably freak a lot of people out, but I'm going to probably use blue on my lips and orange. There's a reason. Hold up. So I'm gonna use this as my foundation first. It's just the Colourpop-Lippie pencil. I like Colourpop. Colourpop has been doing their thing, and it's called BFF. But I want to do this, and this, and this. It just goes on like butter. It feels so good. Also, it probably helps I hydrated my lips before this with the mineral oil, so that might help why it's going on a little easier. Okay, she's a little dry, but that's a-okay, because I'm going to hydrate it again, because hydration works. But what I want to do is hydrate this first, let it dry. Yeah, there's like a line of crusties right there. It says the season of winter. So I'm going to put that away, and then we're going to do some Maneater Tarte again. Maneater Blush and Glow? Are they both called Maneater? Oh, I guess it is the line. Maneater. Okay, so we're going to do this blush here, blush over there. Perfect. Excelsior. Now we're going to blend that out. I try to go upward with it because then you get more, like a softer coverage with it, I think. And then do this across the nose. And then I'm going to use my other Colourpop. I wish they created like cooler tones of blush instead of these warm ass tones. Like, I love this. It's called Shortbread, but it just... Man, I gotta do everything by manual instead of automatic. What the hell? But yeah, like a cooler tone Colourpop would be kind of nice. If you're watching this Colourpop, please help me out. Help a girl out. But yeah, we're gonna do a little bit in the corners. Not that I really need it, but it ties everything like in center a little bit more. Maybe down here, down there. I don't really need it, but I'm just gonna see for fun. Yeah, it's not that bad. Alright. Next, we are going to go in with our... I can't even read the name on this, but we're gonna go with this. It's like a rose gold sparkle thing by Colourpop. Put it like right where the blush line ends. Give it that Christmassy kind of feel, because, you know, Christmas be coming up soon. Okay, 1 second, guys. Okay, I promise you I'm almost done, but you can't go wrong with more glitter, right? I told you we need more glitter. Alright, we need to add Colourpop White again. And we're going to do the e-girl thing, but we're going to do puppy style. So we're going to do maybe puppy or doe. I think doe is straight across, and then puppy might be heart-shaped, but I don't know. I don't know. The shadows do no justice with this, but now we're going to be using Colourpop, a shimmery thing called Glaze, like a glazed donut. Glaze me, daddy. Oops. And then we'll do this. And then we'll do that. See how shiny the fucking... Damn. Rudolph, be proud. It is shiny. Holy fuck. So we're going to put that away. And then we're going to use this little shimmer brush. I'm going to just tone it down a little bit. And then add this over here. I try not to let this dry too fast, otherwise it gets like streaky. And then try to like do these inner corners with that. But there we go. Now we have a shiny nose. Sometimes I'll take my lippy and then like do 2 little contour lines underneath, just to kind of like not make it so shiny. Okay, now that that is put away, we're going to be doing the pink and or the orange and blue thing I was telling you guys about. So because we do have purple, I kind of want to have some purple lips, but I don't really have a purple to use. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of Reality, which is a light blue like this, like the little turquoise thing. And then put it up there. And then see this like pink and orange? We're gonna mix some orange and a little bit of pink. And that's going to give us that little touch of purple that we need. It's a weird thing, trust me, but I forgot to mention that part of my lips are kind of damp from the mineral oil, so some of this might be like multicolored. But we're just basically doing some different color touch-ups. To be fair, I wish I had a purple pencil. But I'm just going in using some powder to like get this all taken care of. I'm also using pink more than I am like the orange. The orange is just to neutralize that blue a little bit. So if I feel like it's overbearing, I can just add some orange in there. And that should like tone it down a little bit. But yeah, you can also do the same thing with like a orange colored lip liner and a turquoise colored eyeliner. And you'll still get the same thing, but probably a little bit more richer and creamier compared to like the powder. And probably not as a mess because I can already see like some of it is starting to go down there, so I'm going to put this away. And then I'm gonna go back in with more of like this muted rose tone to kind of go over the top of my line work. And I'm basically just turning my head to like help me with my line work. Okay, now that we have that done, it looks a little better. It looks a little more uniform, put together kind of thing. Now I'm gonna do my hair next, and I'll just come back to the video in a second. Okay, so this is the finished look. I think it looks amazing. I decided to go with like a velvet kind of top, and it kind of has like a weird corset thing in the back, which I'll probably show later. If not, it'll be up over here. But yeah, I really like how everything turned out, like the purple and then the lip color. I think it was the right choice, and hooray for vlogging videos now that I can actually like extend my arm and not be like confined to one area. I will say it's like a little heavy, but not as heavy as like having the other lens on. So I'm hoping this opens up more opportunities to just kind of like express myself a little bit more and do like daily vlogs and like all that other fun jazz. But okay, I shouldn't touch the masterpiece. Already like I'm so fucking stoked on how this turned out. This turned out amazing. But yeah, I'm going to probably get going here, and I'll probably create like another video on like my ring collection, possibly. It's just like cheap jewelry that I found on Etsy and like stuff that I found like random thrift stores and things like that. But I don't know, more excited about the makeup, more excited about the rings than the makeup actually. I think it turned out amazing. I really like it, and I'm pretty happy about how everything worked out. So I'm probably gonna maybe take pictures today. We'll see how I'm feeling there. But I definitely want to like experiment with this lens a little bit more. I probably seen the last video I was like talking about this lens, but it really opens up a lot for me. Just being able to like have the gear that I want to use now, and I'm more inclined to like create fun things and like create fun vlogs and video shoots and not worry about like the weight of my lens or like the weight of having like autofocus like being really fucked up. But I think it's been working really good, and really happy about just how I can do Twitch a little bit easier and just being more outfit of the day videos that I wanted to do. Because like, I'm gonna tilt you guys sideways for a second. But this lens does more justice than the other one. The other one just kind of like is super close to my face and doesn't really like do anything for like a full body outfit of the day thing. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, hopefully I can create more stuff in the background instead of just dilly-dallying all day until I like hope and dream about this lens. So that's awesome. I got everything all figured out and I can create more fun shit because I like creating fun content. I like doing this. But yeah, I want to create fun things, and I have art projects that I have like near my workstation so I can like be reminded, hey, you got to do this. So I have my next project will probably be working on these shoes. If all else fails, they will just be the next Squatty Potty stripper shoes or midnight ballerina shoes. Okay, so basically I want to like add like studs and like ribbons and stuff all along the edge because like this plastic kind of cuts into my foot and I don't want it to like pop any of my veins. So like I'm trying to figure out something that would be like super delicate and like maybe I have to cut into it a little bit more and like bend some of this stuff out so it's not like sharp against me. I don't know why like Pleasers makes like, I get it, you know, you're trying to make it look like, oh, it's like flush against your, like, we all know there's straps. So I'm just gonna try and like modify them a little bit, and worst comes to worst, they can be Squatty Potty shoes. So my fancy Squatty Potty stripper shoes. All right, see you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.